Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Disney's Animal Kingdom and I am going to be answering some of the questions you submitted through Instagram and Twitter. We're also going to just hang out in the park. It is the last day of summer. It is Labor Day, so I'm excited to see what some of those wait times are looking like and just have an overall fantastic time here at Animal Kingdom. We crushed it last week with Hollywood Studios, so I'm hoping for the same outcome here at Animal Kingdom. So with that said, let's head inside the park and live our most magical life. Here we are inside Animal Kingdom, but of course I always have to show you guys how beautiful the Tree of Life looks. And today is a not so sunny day, but it is very beautiful nonetheless. And it's not that hot today, so I'm very excited about that. Our first question is, what is your favorite queue at Animal Kingdom? And I want to do this video differently. Instead of me just telling you what it is, I'm going to show you what it is. So let's head over to Pandora so you guys can see which is my favorite queue out of the entire Animal Kingdom theme park. Can you guess it? If you guessed Flight of Passage as my favorite queue here at Animal Kingdom, you are 100% correct. I think the queue is probably a lot better than the ride in my opinion, but you know, that's just my humble opinion. But we're gonna jump on it. It's a 70-minute wait, which is a little long, but it is a holiday weekend, so you know, I kind of expected. But I'm gonna show you some of my favorite elements of this queue, starting with just this overall view here. How incredible does that look, guys? Like detail. And you guys, I say it all the time and I'm just gonna always continue to say it. I am a stickler for theming and this is just incredible. Look at that, guys. A few vlogs ago, I told you guys that I left my GoPro in a locker at Universal Studios, and that is not true. My mother-in-law actually found it at her house. So we are back with the GoPro, so I'm gonna get some pretty good footage of this attraction, and then we can go to Universal Studios and do Hagrid's again and not really have any issues with team members, so I'm really excited about that. So GoPro is in full effect once again. This is that view from above. How beautiful is that, guys? Okay friends, so that was Flight of Passage. I used the GoPro. I forgot how much I love the GoPro. It really does help with the process of filming on the attraction. I don't really have to worry too much about angles. The wide lens from a GoPro will capture everything, so it just makes my life so much easier. But to answer your first question, this is my favorite queue here at Animal Kingdom because it's just so immersive and just well detailed and beautiful, and nothing I think tops this. Out of all 4 of the Disney theme parks, there is no queue here that can top Flight of Passage. Now that we are out of Flight of Passage, I just want to show you guys what the crowd looks like here in Pandora. Now this is more of the popular area, but overall this is not too bad. Let's take a look at what Flight of Passage is now. It was at 70 minutes when we rode it, but that definitely wasn't a 70-minute wait. It was more like 50, which, I mean, it's still a long time, but compared to summertime, it's not bad at all. So right now, Flight of Passage stands at a 60 minutes, so it dropped. So it's probably less now. That's awesome. So I was thinking about doing a Festival of the Lion King, but the show is maxed out and I don't want to wait another hour. So instead, let's watch another great show. Some friends come by. It's Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto, and they're in their jungle attire. And I always love seeing these cavalcades, guys. So adorable. Oh, how fun is that? Everybody put your hands together. Bend your knees down. And before we start, please all right, move your right foot. Bring it back and clap. Right foot. Bring it back and clap. If I had 1 or 2 tequilas in me, I would be out there left, right, and left, and right, and left. I will do a jump into a split. They wouldn't know what to do with me. I'd probably be escorted out of the park. But that is my first time seeing that, and that is so stinking cute. I love that. Let us continue with the Q&A. Our next question is, what is your least favorite ride or attraction at Animal Kingdom? That is very easy. If you've been watching for a long time, you obviously know what attraction I cannot stand and I refuse to ride. But looks like today I'm gonna have to ride it. But before we do that, because we are a little bit away from it, I'm gonna show you guys what's my favorite attraction, and then we'll do my least favorite. How does that sound? Now this is someone who I love stopping by and just feeling the fantasy, because he is always killing it and his outfit is so cute. He better work. Here we are at my favorite attraction, Expedition Everest. I love this ride, and I think I love it the most because when I first came to Animal Kingdom, this was my first attraction that I've ever done, so it holds like a super special place in my heart. And they also have a single rider line. So for me, as someone who comes to Disney by themselves all the time, this just really is helpful for me. I hope the single rider line is open right now. If not, that means we will be waiting 20 minutes in standby, which is not bad, but let's go check to see if the single rider line is open. Now it does appear that the single rider line is open. Now if you are a single rider, please take advantage of this, but if you are not and you're bringing a family of 4 on the single rider line, you're kind of just ruining it for everybody else. And then also you're missing out on all of those amazing elements that are inside the queue, because you're not going to get the full immersion here. So you want to make sure you're doing the entire queue so you can understand the story of Expedition Everest. Expedition Everest, always a fantastic ride. I hope the GoPro really captured the elements of the attraction, because it was a really fun ride. And when you ride single rider, it's always 50-50. Either you're gonna make a friend or you're not. And thankfully this time I did make a friend. It was her first time riding, and she did lean over and apologize for all of the screaming she was about to do. And I'm just like, no, mama, scream. That adds to the element of the attraction and makes it more fun. So today truly was one of my favorite rides on Expedition Everest. But now to get back to the Q&A, the question was, what is your least favorite attraction here at Animal Kingdom? And if you are familiar with Animal Kingdom, you already know what direction I am headed. And if you have not been able to guess, this is your last opportunity to guess which is my least favorite attraction. And I state it every single time we come to Animal Kingdom, so you got about maybe 3 more seconds of Desolation because it is coming up. I'm gonna give you a quick little hint. It's in this area. And here we are at my least favorite attraction. It's Dinosaur. I can't find one redeeming quality about this ride. Normally I'll say, you know, the ride is not that great, but the queue is fantastic. Or the queue is not great, but the ride is fantastic. There's nothing about this ride that is redeeming or exciting to me. And to add like an element of extra oof, the pre-show is filmed or narrated by Felicia Rashad from The Cosby Show, which also makes me just want to say bye, Felicia. But because we are experiencing everything, I think, well, I guess we have no choice but to get online for Dinosaur. So here we go. You guys, I cannot believe I'm actually waiting in line for this ride. The things I do for you guys. So you guys should definitely go and give this video a thumbs up because this is torture for me. This is pure torture.
I'm Dr. Secret, your friendly controller, and a heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. But let's not talk about me, let's talk about you, and how you can help me make history today with the Time Rover. It's like this. If I can bring you back from the Cretaceous period, it stands to reason that I can bring back a live dinosaur with you, and not just any dinosaur. Take a look at this guy. He's an iguanodon, and I'm certain that he is the key to understanding these magnificent creatures.
The impact that destroyed most life forms on Earth. Our tours are designed to take you to the early Cretaceous period, and I can assure
Bye,
you
Felicia.
that all time rovers.
Okay, now let's go get that dino. Computer, what are you tracking?
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Now before we answer our next question, I just wanted to show you guys Kevin and how beautiful Kevin is. Look at her. So cute. Now I love that Kevin is a free roaming character. He doesn't really, or she, excuse me, it is a she. She doesn't have a like legit meeting area. So if you catch her, you just got lucky, and today we got lucky. But now let's answer our next question. Hold on while I pull out my cellular device. Our next question is, what is your favorite beautiful spot to just hang at Animal Kingdom? And that one is super easy, and I will show you guys right now. But to get to my beautiful spot, we do have to get on another attraction or kind of entertainment thing. It's Tough to Be a Bug is what we're gonna get on, because that's where I love to hang out, and I'll show you my beautiful spot. All right, now, I did say to you guys that I do not like shows, I do not like musicals, but It's Tough to Be a Bug is an exception for me because I am such a fan of Bug's Life. This is the only show that I actually would wait in line for, and I really do enjoy. So we are the first ones to make it into It Is Tough to Be a Bug, which means we get prime seating. We get to choose wherever we want to sit. Now, I'm gonna choose all the way in the back to give families the opportunity to pick what is going to be their best seating. Now, the main reason of getting on this is to show you guys where I really love to just hang out, relax, and people watch. So I am not going to film any of It's Tough to Be a Bug. And we've done it so many times here on the channel, so it doesn't really make sense to. But hang on tight, because I'm going to show you guys where I just love to sit at Animal Kingdom and just exist, really. Okay, friends, so we just exited It Is Tough to Be a Bug. And this is where my favorite area to just come and relax and not deal with crowds is. Like, there is never really anyone here. When you exit It's Tough to Be a Bug, everyone kind of tends to go right. And I mentioned this last vlog, or last Animal Kingdom vlog, that you should always go to your left and head towards the Discovery outpost or the Discovery gift shop over there, because nobody really ever comes through here. So you always have like a nice break away from the crowds, because let's face it, sometimes the crowds can be overwhelming and you really just need that moment to decompress. And this is my favorite area to do so. And also you can check out some animals just right over there. So this is my favorite area at Animal Kingdom. What's fantastic about this little pathway is once in a while you will get lucky and you'll get to see some friends on a riverboat and have a really cute little interaction with us. Now, because we are the only one standing on this side, we got a special wave from Minnie, and it is so cute. I say we take advantage of this delicious shade by answering another question. So our next question is, if you could watch one throwback and one modern Disney movie forever, what would it be? Ooh, I think we might have to sit down for this one. Let's start with my throwback film. My one throwback film that I would watch forever would have to be The Emperor's New Groove. And I do have a good backstory for this. So when me and Tony first started dating, we actually booked a hotel to go to Atlantic City over in New Jersey, South Jersey. And we were supposed to do the casinos and go out to the different clubs. And instead, we decided to order Chinese food and watch Emperor's New Groove. And, you know, now whenever I see that film, it automatically reminds me, you know, of my husband. So that's one throwback film that I will watch for the rest of my life continuously if, you know, if that were the case. So shout out to you, Tony. We had a good time that day. My one modern movie. You know, I recently watched Buzz Lightyear on Disney Plus. I think it came out maybe 3 weeks ago or some change. And I wasn't really like the biggest Buzz fan. I always liked the Toy Story franchise. I always thought it was a lot of fun. But Buzz, the character himself, I never really liked until watching this new version of Buzz. And he spent a lot of time, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the movie, he spent a lot of time focused on one thing that he allowed so much time to pass him by. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I really do resonate with the character, because as a creator, I spend a lot of time focused on getting angles, making sure that the content is right, or creating content in itself that I tend to forget to actually live in the moment. I'm too busy trying to capture it. So I kind of resonated with Buzz in that sense. So I think that would be the more modern movie that I would watch over and over, because I really felt that one, and it's a great movie. So if you haven't seen it, it's available on Disney Plus. Now, keeping with the theme of visiting all of our animal friends, let's head to Maharaja Jungle Trek. If I am pronouncing that wrong, please roast me in the comments below. Now that we are here, this leads us to our next question. It says, the twins want to know how many tigers live at Animal Kingdom now. For a while, there was only one. We love tigers. Well, I love tigers too, and I think, I don't know, but we can ask a cast member and find out how many tigers lived here. But first, let's find the tigers. What I do love about coming and checking out the tigers is the theming surrounding their area. You can see it feels like that like rustic temple feel with everything kind of demolished or run down, and it just feels really authentic. Like they really took their time working this out. It feels incredible, and I love it. There goes your tiger. Let me try to zoom in as much as possible. What's great about this tiger location is there are multiple angles for you to actually view it. So we can also view him from this little window here. Hopefully we can see him interact with some of the water. But Steph, right now, to answer your question, all I'm seeing is one tiger. Now I will ask a cast member just to make sure, but I'm only seeing one as of right now. Wow, look at him, there he comes. He's coming down a little bit. And he's playing with his ball. Oh my gosh, yes! What a fantastic shot. Go in the water, buddy, go in the water. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you, Stephanie, for asking this question, because I don't think I would have ever gotten this experience viewing the tiger. This is amazing. And he looks a little young. Is he reversing his way into the water? I think he is. I think he's trying to test out the water to see if it's warm. Wow, this is incredible. This is so incredible. Okay, friends, we just got done viewing the tiger. I did ask the cast member right behind me how many tigers were here, and it is still just one tiger. And I want to give a huge thank you to friend of the channel, best friend of the channel, Stephanie, for asking that question, because that is the most active I have ever seen that tiger. He was splishing and splashing. He was playing with his little ball. It was so cute and such a fun experience. And that's what I love about Animal Kingdom. It's not always about getting on the attractions. It's not always about tasting the food. It's more of just existing and being one with nature in a sense. So that was fantastic. So now that we got to enjoy the beautiful tigers, I figure we close it out with our last and final question. But don't worry, because I do want to do this again. So if you have any questions for me, just head over to my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, DM it to me, or just drop it in one of my comments and I'll be happy to answer. Now, our final question of the day is, if you were in Disney for one day, what's one thing you have to do, drink, and eat? Now, I'm assuming that this is as if I wasn't a vlogger in here all the time. So one thing I would have to do is obviously visit Epcot. Epcot is my absolute favorite park. I low-key am trying to end the day early so that I can head to Epcot right after this, but obviously going to Epcot is something I must do. It is my favorite park. Now, one thing I have to eat, definitely the poutine fries. You guys saw last week we devoured the poutine fries, minus all of the little ducks and birds attacking me, but that is something I always have to eat whenever I come to Disney, is the poutine fries. And then as far as my drink, again, obviously, back to Epcot, I have to have a margarita. I love the margaritas. And I actually had this conversation the other day talking about the margarita, and it's not because the margarita is delicious. That's not why I like it. The margarita is good because of the alcohol concentration in it is so high. So you're definitely getting a bang for your buck when you purchase a margarita. Having one margarita is probably the equivalent of having 2 drinks anywhere else. So that's why getting a margarita is kind of my go-to. So Epcot, poutine fries, and a margarita. So now that I've answered some of your questions, we're free for the day, so we can get back on Expedition Everest. But once again, if you want to ask me anything, feel free to message me on any one of my social media platforms, and I'll be happy to answer them here on the channel. I think I want to do this like once a month because I had a lot of fun answering your questions. Before we get on, let's just see some of our fellow Expedition Everest lovers drop, because this ride is just so incredible. All right, one last ride of the day. Single rider line is still open. Wow, friends, Expedition Everest 2 times in one day. What a fantastic way to close out the video with my favorite ride here at Animal Kingdom. Now, I had a super awesome day. I hope you guys did as well. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, turn on your bell notifications so you get notified whenever I post a brand new video. You can follow me on every single social media platform at BelloKevy. And as always, I love you for watching, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye. Hey there, friend. Just because the video's over doesn't mean the magic has to end. Click here or here to keep living your most magical life. And don't forget to subscribe.